Hello, welcome aboard. Nigel with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. Welcome along to the channel. This is pack 100 and this is build part 60 of this beautiful 1/6 scale GT500 Mustang from DeAgostini, and what a beauty it is. So in pack 99 we did the right inner wing, they call it the right bulkhead, right inner wing and the radiator. Here it is here. So we've done all that. Now we're going to get on with something else. I think it's the bulkhead and stuff we're going to be doing now, or the firewall. So as usual, we'll look at the magazine. If you want to get yourself one of these, there's a link in the description below the video. You can go and follow that link and get yourself one. It really is a beautiful car. I'm hoping the body's going to be really nice. Looking at the pictures on here, which are the actual model itself, it's going to be lovely. So yeah, it's huge as well. So, automobiles for the police. All of the big three car makers in the United States, General Motors, Ford and Chrysler, produce specialised police cars, including police pursuit vehicles. These are powerful, tough, fast and superbly equipped. Have you ever seen them do that manoeuvre they use in the States? Where they go up behind the car and just bang the rear and just make it spin. I can't remember what they call it now. But it's absolutely incredible. So here we go. There's some of the first police cars. And there's a Dodge, a 1959 Dodge Special. Dodge Car A Police Special belonging to the California Highway Patrol. The two-door sedan was built on a heavy-duty chassis with a reinforced underbody and torsion bar suspension. Bloody hell. I once owned an ex-Firearms Volvo T5 saloon police car. Every single panel had been replaced and dented and repaired and God knows what. And that thing, the suspension was absolutely shot on it. So, but it was a lovely car. Anyway, right, so there's the parts we've got for in here, which is good. They're all plastic screws, so that's good. And then we've got all little bits and pieces going together here. AJ Foyt, archetypal US driver. Yeah, everybody's heard of AJ Foyt. He represents a way of understanding competition and driving in the United States. So there we go. And there he is there in that beautiful car. What's that? That's a GT40 Mark IV. Beautiful, beautiful looking thing. And there he is in a Porsche. Foyt in the Porsche 935, the 24 Hours of Daytona in '83. He won here in a car which in theory he should not have raced. More about that, eh? More to read about that, no doubt. And there he is with the GT40 again. AJ Foyt left alongside driver Scott Sharp in 1996, the year Sharp won the IRL title at the wheel of a Lola Ford. What a guy he was. Wow. Is he still with us? I'm saying was, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he is or not, I'll have to look it up. Anyway, right, so here we go. We got pack 100 already. So let's get pack 100 out. There it is. You can see we've got lots of bits and pieces to go on here. So this video will probably only be pack 100. As you know, sometimes we combine packs. So get the parts out of here. Screws, little bits and pieces of greeblies. So here we've got lots more bags to open. So we'll get these open. So a bag of screws there. We've got a bag of screws there. And we've got a bag of screws here. So we'll keep them in their bags so they're identified so we know what they are. So that's PSO5. That's 11 and that's 18. Excuse me guys, I've got a bit of a cough. There's a lot of it about. And there's a few bits and pieces there. Oh dear, to sneeze then, blimey. Right, so there's all our bits and pieces. Just checking we've got everything. Looks like everything's there. So, place the brake fluid reservoir cap 100D on the brake fluid reservoir. As shown in the picture. So we've got the reservoir that way round. We've got that up way up. And what they're going to do, flip that over. So you've got a pin with a hole in it, a plain pin. You've got a hole and a hole. So that's going to go in there like that. Okay. And then using a PS14 screw, which is one of these small ones here. So I'm going to get my little Tamiya screwdriver. We are going to fix that into there. Like so. That's our cap in, still not tight. It's hard to know when to stop with the plastic screws. There we go. Okay, then we are going to put the brake fluid reservoir closure. This is this actually goes over center and holds the top down. So that's going to go one end in there. Actually, make sure we get it the right way round. There's a bit of flash on there. You can see we're just going to cut that away. You may have the same on yours. Just cut that away. And then we're going to put the pin into the holes at the end, and then we can clip that over like so. So you can see there, if you leave it like that, that means the lid will come off. If you have it like that, it means the lid will stay on. And that pin there doesn't want to go into that hole. For some reason that pin will not go in that hole. I'll have to drill it, I think. So what we're going to do, we will measure the diameter of this pin with my digital calipers. The pin is 1.3 millimeters and that one's 1. So maybe if you put it in the other way round, yes, that's what it looks like. If you put it that way round, yeah, okay, so you can see now that one end is bigger than the other. So there we go. Right, so have it like that so it's locked down. If you have it like that, it's just the lid's going to fall off in real life. Next, place a reservoir assembly on the top of the brake fluid pressure pump. I think you mean the servo, guys. Which is here. Okay, so you're going to place that onto there. So we've got a little keyhole type tab, so that's going to go into there like that. And then we're going to secure it with a PS05 screw. So we'll grab one of these screws out of here and we will get it onto our screwdriver and put it in the hole just like so. There we go, that's that in there. Okay, and then we will place the pressure pump holder servo 100G on the pressure pump base 100H. Fit the pin that ensures the correct mounting direction and fix the base with a PS14 screw as shown. So we'll grab a PS14 screw. Oops. Okay, so that's going to go like that. That's going to go that way round. So we've got a pin that's going to go in that hole there. It's very difficult for me to see because the light is reflecting off the page and it's all black. I have the same problem with the Pocker build I'm doing. With their 3D instructions, everything's just black. Okay, so we'll put that screw in there. Okay, so that's fixed on there now. And then we're going to take this servo unit and we're going to put that on there. You can see we've got a hole, a big hole, a small hole, big pin, a small pin. So that's going to go in like that. And then we're going to attach it with another PS14 screw. PS14 is the rule of the day on this one. That's a shame. It's only a screw in one side, that's a shame. There we go, it looks a bit better. If you don't tighten the screw up too much, it keeps it all parallel. If you tighten up too much, it pulls it open. Okay, place the brake fluid pressure pump servo on the pump base and hold in place with the screw. That's what we've just done. Okay, fit the thinner pin of the pressure pump cable connector 100J into one of the pressure pump cable 100E pressure pump. Where did they get that from? So we've got a thinner pin on here. So you can see on here you've got a thin pin there and a thick pin there. I'm just going to fit that thin pin into this hose here like so. And there we go. and then insert the free pin of the connector into the back of the pump as shown in the picture. So it's not the back of the pump, it's the front of the pump. So that's going to go in there like that. So we're going to move that lever out of the way. Yeah, you see, this is what they're doing wrong. They're showing you here, putting it in that way, but it actually has to go in the other way. So it actually goes in that way. That's why it wouldn't go in. So remember, it doesn't go that way, it goes in that way. Okay, let me put that lock back up the top now. Place the pump on the front firewall, the bulkhead. Note that there is only one direction of placement allowed by the pin on the pump base. Secure the pump with 2 PS14 screws through the back of the firewall, then put the end of the pressure pump cable over the pin to the left of the pump as shown ringed in white in the picture on the left. Right, so this is going to go, there's 2 pins there, 2 holes for those 2 pins. Okay, we're going to have to pre-arm the screwdriver again. Get 2 PS14 screws. Let's get one like that. We're going to put the servo in position like so. Hold that there, and then we're coming from behind with a PS14 screw, just like that. Grab another screw, and we will drive that one in to go on. Drive that one into there like that. There we go. Right. So now you've got to put that pipe onto that pin. There's a pin sticking out there by my finger. There we go. So that's done. Right. Now place the Firewall fitting 100F on the left side of the firewall 100A. Fit the pin into the thinner hole, turning the bulkhead over and secure it with a PS14 screw. So we're going to pre-arm our screwdriver. Okay, and then this firewall fitting, whatever it may be, is going to go on it's actually the right side of the firewall, because whenever you talk about components on a car, you always imagine you're sat in the driver's seat looking forward. So this is actually the right. You've got to be very careful with that if you're ever buying parts for your car. You know, you don't look at the front of the car and say that's the left headlight, that's the right headlight over there. Okay, it's as you're sitting in the driver's seat. Okay, so that's that held in place there. Okay, retrieve the engine compartment right bulkhead assembly, that's the inner wing, and position the firewall in front of the radiator. Identify the 2 attachment points indicated in the picture and fit the 2 parts together. Turn the assembly and fix the firewall with 2 PS11 screws. So we've got PS11 screws here, so we've got spares. So there's all our spares, and we've got 2 there. So we're going to pre-arm the screwdriver there. Put that one to one side. We'll grab our firewall here. So that is going to go, you got me doing it now, inner wing, not firewall, bulkhead, whatever you would call it. So that's going to go into there like that, and then we're going to turn it around, holding it together, and we are going to fit 2 of these screws. So that one's going in. Remember, it's going into plastic, guys, don't go graunching it down. Having said that, if you do pull one of these threads, it probably won't matter that much because it'll all hold itself together on the chassis. Okay, so that's that one in there. And then we're going to finally lay the cable of the battery holder 99B along the firewall on the outside of the engine bay as shown. So, blimmin' light is reflecting, it's doing my nut in, I can't see anything. So we're holding it like this. Like this. We've got the battery cable coming along the outside. Okay, into there like that. And over that hook there, like so. There we go. So what they're saying is it comes along the inner wing here. It's going to go under there and then under that hook there. Okay, I wish there was a better way of knowing how it goes. I'm going to put that on the inside of there. Ah, hang on. There we go. We have clips up here, look, for it to go into. I don't think they mentioned those clips, do they? There we go. So the cable goes into those clips there. Right, that's better. So that's it. That's pack 100 done. Part 60 of the build complete. So make sure you tune back in for part 61, which will be pack 101 and maybe 102 as well, depending how much we do. So there we go. There's our work done from pack 100. Thank you for watching. See you all soon. Bye for now.